Hello, this is Corey with the Painted Peacock, and we're going to do another demo for a paint night evening. I decided to do a bonsai in front of a waterfall. Using a large brush and pre-wet canvas, I have dipped a corner of my brush in white and a corner of my brush in brilliant blue, which allows me to get the striping. I'm doing vertical stripes because this back part will be my waterfall, with my water flowing straight down. I add a little more white and buff it in. Let's create a little mist on the bottom. We'll now do my water in a horizontal pattern. Again, working on that mist just a little bit. We're going to add some rocks now, using that brilliant blue and a little black. I am just cutting out shapes of some rocks in my background. And I painted off the edge because apparently it is my first day. This foreground rock will be what my bonsai tree is on. Go in with a little bit of water, with just a white, allowing my brush to bounce back and forth. Truly, the less you think, the better it always turns out. A little bit of highlighting on my rocks. Per my usual, the less I think, the better highlights always turn out. I have a sponge. I usually use my wrist to kind of test my colors. We're just doing a little bit of spray. It initially came out a little more bold than I would have preferred, but I reminded myself that I'm going to do a giant tree in the front and drying it off because I'm too impatient to just wait. Grabbing my raw umber, we're going to start with the trunk. I had absolutely no idea what direction, plans, or thicknesses my trunk was going to go. I just kind of let my brush wander across the canvas. And running up to the sides, I'm applying quite a bit of paint because I knew I wanted my highlights and my lowlights to be a wet on wet painting technique. Here's my highlights using a simple white. By painting on a wet brown, it is automatically blending those colors for me, but creating natural highlights as well. Going in with my lowlights, which is just a black. There was a little bit of an issue with trying to get things as deep as I wanted with it being wet on wet, but I got over it. I'm now going to use a natural sea sponge in the color vermilion. I'm going to block out the shapes that I want my bonsai tree. I like my bonsai trees to have a little more of a cone shape on top, and it kind of flattens out toward the bottom. I like vermilion because it is a combination of red and orange, and it has a tendency to be a little more opaque. Bouncing around, making sure I leave space in between so you can see the waterfall through it. I am adding a little black to the vermilion, mixing it on my hand so I can get just a little bit of shadow in there. Finding a clean spot for my brush, I'm adding a little white to that vermilion, which does give me kind of a peach. I am doing my highlights. I make sure to keep my highlights at the top of the branches so that my deep portions stay deep. Just adding a little bit here, a little bit there. I've decided to add a little bit of light orange to finish that up. And here we are with our completed piece. Thank you.